Cochrane right now. This is a podcast all about the best town in the world, Cochrane, Alberta. My name's Eric Ruddle, joined by Lauren Meister. And Lauren, if you live up in Fireside, oh my goodness, hallelujah, your cell phones will finally work.
Welcome to 2023. This is big news for anybody who lives there or does any shopping up there. Every time you go to Fireside, have you ever noticed you can't send a text, you can't pick up the phone?
You can't pull up a McDonald's coupon. You can't do anything because they've just been a dead zone forever. It's a dead zone up there.
Yeah, it's like jumping backwards in time, like 30 years, because you just can't even use a phone at all there. I feel for all of the thousands of people who live there who probably have to have a landline.
Yeah, I'd imagine you would. You would need a landline, right? And just simply, even my kids played baseball up there every once in a while. I'd be like, I guess I have to just watch my kids play baseball because I can't scroll or anything.
I have to actually do what I'm supposed to be doing when I'm here. I do remember a few months ago, there was a breaking news story, and Noel, our news guy, he was up there and he was trying to send updates and photos back to the newsroom, and they just weren't coming through. And I was like, no, what's going on? I need to get this on the air. Like, send us the updates. Where are you? Are you safe? Are you okay? And he actually had to drive out of the neighborhood to call us, give us updates, and send us photos. Like, that's how bad the cell service is there.
And now they are going to fix it. And it's not even like Fireside gets the best of both worlds because they get cell service without getting the cell tower.
Yeah, so the tower is going to be actually put up over by Cochrane Nissan.
Nice.
So over in Riversong. So yeah, they don't actually have to look at the tower, but they're going to get the effects of the tower.
It'll be fun seeing like housing ads for that area. Now with cell service, right? Add $100,000 on top of it. And I think a lot of people have been a little bit trepidatious of all the construction going on in town because it turns out if you close down one railway street and it just breaks everything. It breaks everything.
Oh, everything. So there was one day earlier this week, last week, I can't even remember. It's all a blur, to be honest.
It's all just traffic.
Yeah, just traffic. And I mean, you can't blame it. We're trying to improve things and make traffic better. So we're not complaining about the traffic woes here in Cochrane. But there was one day or 2 days where there was 3 different traffic or train tracks that were actually closed. So the one on River Ave, the one on Center Ave, and the pedestrian crossing over by the station. So we only have 4 train track crossings, maybe 5 in town, because there's one over in West Valley as well, and then Fifth Ave.
Yeah, and just it shows you how much if we had infinite trains, this town would just be broken. We were coming back down from the Mayor's Invitational Golf Tournament, so from Glen Eagles to the radio station, we took some wrong turns. We misread some detour signs. It took us 45 minutes. 45 minutes.
Yeah, but you know what? We got some really scenic views of the East End. I don't really spend a lot of time over at the East End. There's some lovely homes over there.
There you go. No, of course, all the construction workers are working really hard, and we're going to love it when these roads are expanded or when they're not flooding due to wrong storm drains and stuff. But right now, it is a little bit irritating that our 5-minute commute has turned into 25.
Oh, yeah. There was even at one point you were just like, you know what? Let me just get out of the car. I'm just going to walk over because this is ridiculous.
Yeah. So here's hoping that hopefully over the next week or so, things will clear up. And I'm sure they're almost done the 1A22 at this moment.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Just like very quickly. Yeah. Just a couple more, coats of paint and they're done.
Perfect. And we actually got to go experience somebody else's traffic over the weekend because Bragg Creek Days had Cochrane legend George Fox. Now, this is really cool because George, he is just so ingrained in Cochrane's history now. After his show, he rocks it. Thousands of people watch it. There was a lineup of people who didn't only want to get certain body parts signed. That's a story for another day. But they also just wanted to talk to him, being like, hey, man, my kids went to Cochrane High. Or, hey, I just want you to know somebody you grew up with unfortunately passed away. It's incredible to see his presence in Cochrane. He lives in Ontario.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, he's not lived here for like 20 some years. He's been gone for a very, very long time. But it was kind of cool because it was technically like a secured area behind his huge trailer where, technically you're really not supposed to just walk back there. That didn't stop anybody. And George didn't care. Everybody just walked back there. They're grabbing photos. They have their Sharpies out and like, hey, George, sign this. Take a photo with this. Hey, I know you because you're my second cousin's uncle twice removed. And, then we had a story, right?
Yeah, and it was so cool seeing like it was his cousin there and him walking up to George, and George's like, I know you. Oh, hey, right? Like, that's just how it goes. So it's so cool seeing him back in the area. And he's writing a book, actually, which will have a ton of Cochrane throughout it.
Oh, yeah. Well, and he even mentioned that he wants to put you and I in his book. So I'm going to hold him to it.
These creepy radio people won't leave me alone.
He brought it up.
Yeah,
he said
true.
we were going to be featured. So we'll see. We'll see.
It's nice to see that Bragg Creek Days went so well because just the day before we saw something just get canceled. So Home Treasures, of course, all they want to do, it is like they just want to give us gifts. Like, here, Cochrane, here's gifts. And Mother Nature is like, no.
Yeah, I felt really, really bad for the folks at Home Treasures because they just want to offer this free movie in the park. It's going to be this lovely thing. They've rented this huge screen, like a massive screen where you can see these two movies. They're going to show Sing 2 and Spider-Man No Way Home. And it's a whole thing with food trucks and just it's going to be a great event.
Big party. Free.
Totally 100% free in Mitford Park, the most beautiful park here in town. And so over a week ago, it had to be canceled, but they canceled it well in advance because the forecast did not look good. So then it was ready to go. The whole day last Friday was gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. And then like 20 minutes before it was about to start, the sky just got dark and there's thunder and lightning and just dumped on rain.
And people were already down there.
Oh,
it started at 6. And that was the kids' movie. So they were probably sitting on the benches and all that stuff. And the rain came down fast and furious. They just want to do something nice for us. So they haven't rescheduled it yet. Maybe they're waiting to get out of July, out of thunderstorm season, and hopefully in August we get a free movie.
Maybe they can rent a really big tent, like a dome or something.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be
just
really
like
cool.
The Cochrane movie house. But they've done that as well.
They have done that. And that's not the same experience. I mean, it's great going to a movie, of course, but we want to do an outdoor movie because it's something different.
Yeah. So there's 2 big stories coming out of the Cochrane Search and Rescue this week. One, they just had this awesome thousands of dollars worth drone donated to them.
Yeah, so TC Energy actually donated it to the search organization, which is really, really cool because oftentimes, Cochrane Search and Rescue, they're called out anytime there's somebody who went missing. They are right on the scene there. There's like 70 some members of just volunteer members who go and help RCMP and fire crews and EMS, and they get right in there. So having a drone to help with, in the wooded areas or just along the river path or areas that humans can't get to is probably going to be extremely helpful.
And you got to think, these are just volunteers. It's a nonprofit, right? So they're going to be handing out jobs and, okay, who wants to wade through all the mud and bushes and who wants to fly the cool drone? I'm sure that job's going to be hard to get, right? Me! But also we found out that Hunter is retiring, and Hunter is a dog who wears goggles.
And not just regular goggles. These were cool, amazing, reflective-y goggles. And his handler had matching sunglasses.
Doggles.
Even cooler.
Yeah.
Doggles.
So this dog, part of the RCMP, actually, K9 unit, and he just got integrated with the Cochrane Search and Rescue. He helped in dozens of searches and rescues, and he had a beard muzzle going on, right? He's whitening, and they said, you know what? It's time to hang up your collar, man. You can rest.
So he's about 8 or 9 years old or so, and, he's done his time, his duty, so he needs to kind of just chill for a little while and just be a regular dog. So this dog handler, Corporal Cook, he's got a new dog now, so he's still going to work with Cochrane Search search and rescue with his new pup.
That is a hard job to follow because he is mighty cute in those doggles. I'm sure that's exactly what a hardworking dog wants to be called. Oh, you're so cute. But it's incredible. You can see the photo on CochraneNow.com, and just the goggles is what got me, because we've had so many questions. Like, he's on a mountain when he's wearing goggles. So is he a skiing dog?
It wouldn't surprise me. Any dog that's smart enough to be like a search dog, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he knows how to strap on 4 skis.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. We need to find out more about Hunter, especially he's retired now. He's got time to hang out with us.
100%.
Right? And we also found out about a very cool athlete here in town, Kieran. So Kieran is 23 years old, and he is a cross-country skier with the Bow Valley Special Olympics team here in the area. And he just won Athlete of the Year.
Wow.
How cool is that?
That is so amazing. And apparently he hasn't even been doing it that long. He just he learned how to ski, and he picked it up really, really quickly. And he also is just like, he looks out for other people, because wasn't he at an event and some other skiers had fallen and he picked them up and he helped them, and like, he just is thinking about other people along the way.
Yeah, they say he was already at the finish line, but he was watching the hill that they were coming down, and he was the first one to notice, a competitor from Saskatchewan, and he climbed back up the hill to make sure that his fellow skier could get back up and finish the race.
Cool.
Like, that shows you that, yeah, he's a great athlete. He's also a bowler here in town, the championship bowler as well. But it's not just about what you do on the mountain or on in the bowling area. It is about how you are treating your competitors, and the smile he gave. They said he was completely surprised. They did not tell him he was nominated. They did not tell him he was up for the award. So
that's so cool.
When they handed it to him, he is just all smiles. And it's just so cool that we have such a range of different athletes in this town of ours, and they're all excellent.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know. Do we put something in the water? Are we cheating? I don't know. But either way, we are making some amazing athletes.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So yeah, good on Kieran for sure.
And that is everything happening in Cochrane right now. Of course, you can grab this podcast on all your favorite services, Apple, Spotify, all those things. And until next week, I'll talk to you again soon.